So, welcome to this week's episode of yet another Influence with the amazing, the only bloody one, the amazing FNG.
Thank you very much. I'm here. Hello. You don't need to applaud. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Thank you very much for the amazing intro. I appreciate that, man. How you doing?
Hey, you know, man, when you're starstruck and you get nervous, you don't know what to say. You mess up your words.
That is true. I do tend to mess up my words around you, so that is true.
I think it says a lot about our education together that we both can't properly speak.
That is true. Yeah, don't go to our schools, ladies and gentlemen. We can't speak English.
We won't
properly.
name names.
No, we won't. But I almost
Just don't
did.
study in
I really
Calverton.
wanted to, but I'm not. No, big ups those schools.
Oh man,
if you're listening to those schools, big ups yourselves. They were great.
Big up. Look, the thing is, those schools bred people like us. So there you go. So it's all good.
Make of that
So
what you will.
Mate, it's so good to have you back on. It feels like it's been forever, but in reality, it's not.
It's not. Secretly, it's not. It does feel like it's been a little while though. Like especially since we did the first one. That's mad. It's been a little while since then, but I'm glad. I'm happy to be back.
Mate,
it's gonna be sick. I enjoy us chatting complete honk.
Mate, this is the beauty of it. We chat so for people that don't know, what normally happens is we message. Me and Niran are awful repliers. No diss Niran, but we can both agree we're pretty terrible. So what normally happens is we talk on Instagram consecutively for like probably 3 days.
Yeah.
And then one of us will just forget to reply for about a month. And then we call. And then we're like, hey, let's just do a podcast.
Yeah, that's how it tends to work. Like, we are actually both shocking.
It's so bad. It's really,
I'm
really
awful,
bad.
but I'm happy that you're just as bad. Because it doesn't make me feel bad.
Oh.
Because you'll come back with, oh, Mad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to air you for 3 weeks. And then I'll respond sometime in November. And it'll be fine. So it's great. I actually enjoy it.
Yeah, I can guarantee. I'll bet. So me and the almighty FNG have got some plans for next month. And I can guarantee, even though they're pretty in stone, it will still happen like 2 days before we're meant to do it.
Yeah. I will literally message you like 25 minutes before we set out the recording day. The month before, and I'll be like, yo, geez, still want to do it?
You still good for this? You're like, oh yeah, man,
yeah, go on then. I'm free this evening. Calm.
Yeah.
The
thing
time.
is, mate. The thing is, I think that's what makes these episodes so special.
I think it's good.
If you look back at the first one we ever did, and if you've been following this podcast from the first one we did, and you stuck with me through that 2 months of me not posting, first of all, thank you. But second of all, we talked about a lot of stuff. We covered it. We covered a lot. It was really nice, and those genuine conversations make for the best ones, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's cool to plan stuff a lot of the time. Like, you know, have some questions or whatever. But like the best random podcasts are the ones where you can just randomly chat honk about a certain topic and go off on a tangent for like 30 minutes, as long as it's still like slightly relevant. But we can't promise that. But we'll try.
What I'm gonna say is, if you want to know FNG's music influence and all that good stuff, it's really weird that I'm calling you that. If you want to know Niran's musical influence, go over to the one that we did before, because it's all in there. There's a lot of stuff in that podcast.
Yeah, it's all about like favorite artists and like festivals that you want to go to, or like gigs. I think we talked about like what gig in history we'd want to go to and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. It was a good chat. It
was really, really good. It was really, really fun. Although as well, if you're feeling a bit spooked out, I know Halloween's been and gone, but you can check out our Halloween podcast as well, which we did.
Indeedy. That's a spooktastic one. I'm a big fan of that one. The stories
that was
oof. Again,
very
don't
scary.
watch it if you're on your ones, okay? I mean, it's past Halloween now, so. But November's still pretty scary as well. It's dark early, it's Scary things
You know,
happen
you-
in December sometimes, so if you want, get me.
It happens, mate. Scary stuff happens only in November.
True. November's I don't know about that month. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's my mum's birthday month, so I'm a big fan of it for that reason. But
Yeah.
other than that, what does it really have to offer when you think about it?
It's just long.
Isn't it 30 days as well? So
It
it's
is,
not
yeah, I
even
think
it's not even as long a month as the other ones. So it's not even
But yeah,
like your usual. It doesn't even have as much depth as other months. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just overall dead.
it's just pointless, man.
Skip to
It's just
December.
and it's
What even happens in November? Like what event happened? Oh,
Bonfire Day.
sack it off.
We celebrate burning a man who tried to destroy Parliament.
Yeah, that's a shout. Actually, that's a shout.
So
Guy
you know.
Fawkes Day is a bit of a mad one. That's pretty cool.
it is pretty mad.
Some fireworks
Which-
here and there. Little bong fire.
Bonfire. Oh
That's a
god.
whole different entity altogether. A bonfire.
Maybe in some cultures.
Yeah,
they do a
maybe.
bonfire.
Actually, interesting.
I might have to investigate this bonfire.
Might have to do some research into this sort of. No, that's a mad one.
If you don't hear from me for 3 weeks,
Sorry,
if you don't hear from me for 3 weeks, that's why, man.
it's been bonfire night has been and gone. I'm afraid.
For those wondering what we're going to talk about, it's just going to be we just thought of random chat. We always just chat absolute shite.
Yeah, it's one of them, like, what's going on in the world, what's going on behind the scenes for us, like what's going on for Charlie behind the scenes, what's going on for the band in this Corona era, this COVID time. And what's going on for me?
Mate.
I'm dossing, not doing a real job still. That sort of thing.
That is
do
a
you know
real
what I mean?
job, dude.
Sorry.
I'd say it is a real job, first of all. But secondly, what I'd say is, let's ask the question everyone wants to know.
Mm-hmm.
When's the guitar channel being made?
Oh, it's gotta happen, hasn't it? I feel like I need to actually do it. I was watching a channel today, actually. I was gonna shout them out, but I fully forgot. Oh, Justice Dare. I don't know. He's this guy who does like guitar loop pedals and stuff. And I was watching it today. I was like, I just have to start doing this at some point.
Mate,
In the new year, maybe.
yeah, I think I love the stories you put on of you jamming along.
I hope
bang.
people do enjoy it. It's just me randomly. I actually was working on a new one today as we're recording this. I enjoy it. It's quite fun. It's just cool playing guitar, and you obviously like when you just pick up your instrument or whatever. It's cool. It's relaxing, innit? Unless you can't work out the song you're trying to work on, and then it gets frustrating. But other than that,
Mate, for me, if I've got a tune in my head,
yeah.
and I can't transfer it from brain to guitar or brain to bass, that's what annoys me.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like I can hear it in my head, but I can't get it. And that's when you get into weird tunings and stuff, which is a whole other realm for those guitar people out there.
Oh, that's the good stuff, though. That's the good stuff.
Oh, mate, honestly, I don't know if I told you much about it in the last podcast, but I bought a 5-string during lockdown, back in June.
Okay.
Mate, I've been slapping around on that. It's fun.
Slapping about.
Mate, it's fun. It's really, really fun.
Oh.
Which I'm also going to address right now. Right, the inside scoop for the people that are here. I'm still here from the bass video era of this channel. Let me just tell you why that happened real quick, because I feel like I've not addressed it, and I've just kind of done podcasts for a month now.
That's fair.
So basically, the channel was called Bass Hub, right? A kind of a pun, if you will, for one of the most popular websites in the world. Their ethics and their morals, we're not going to go into that. They seem like they're pretty dodgy. But they're one of the most go-to websites.
You've all
world.
been there, all right? I see you in the back. Don't think you're excused
You've
from this.
been there.
You've been on that site as well.
There's at least one person here who has bookmark videos. That's all I'm gonna say. Right, and it's not me, and it's not you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
So there's one person's watching this. They got their favorite videos bookmarked. Turns out, if you were to go onto our original podcast we did together, there's actually a channel called Bass Hub already who commented like a side eye emoji underneath my video.
really?
Yes.
Oh, wow, there's
bro.
beef. There's Bass Hub
So-
beef.
There's Bass Hub, but I think the thing is because he actually works hard on his channels, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I just chat with my mates for an hour a week. So I felt like it was time for me to rebrand and I didn't want to start beef,
I don't know.
but at the same time,
listen,
Bass Hub, I'm calling you out, bro.
I knew that was coming. This track season, let's go. Bass Hub v Bass Hub to see who the real hub of bass is. Okay.
Even though mate,
For what it's
What I'm gonna
worth, you do different things. Like from what I'm doing in podcast googling here.
no, yeah, go on that pod. You're on his channel. You see in the comment.
Oh really?
Go on my go on our old podcast and you'll see the
And I'll
comment
see
if you
it.
go all through the ones about your trim and
Yeah, there's probably a lot about my trim. Realistically. Oh yes, I see it. Wow.
yeah, yeah,
The
man.
beef, man. You do. It's not like
Yeah.
He just does. He does. What does he do?
Speaker reviews.
Speakers. I see. I get that. That's cool.
So, I'm not here to. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And in all fairness, I didn't search out and change my name to spite this person. But at the same time, I would, if someone made a CHUCKO podcast and it got more subs than me and it was more popular and it was getting more views and stuff, I'd probably be pissed
I'd
off
be
as
a bit
well.
vexed. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
So
So all in all,
it happens.
big ups Bass Hub, our one, not the. No, I'm kidding. The big ups both the Bass Hubs. But,
No, man, all the best to that guy. I mean, he you know, I'm not. If you're interested in good quality speakers, go check out Bass Hub. He's gonna tell you the best ones.
To be fair, I'm watching this right. This is really not what we're meant to be talking about, but this is actually mesmerizing. I'm watching this this flexing speaker, and it's like moving about, and like all the components are like the actual speakers. It's raucous. But yeah. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's my review of that channel.
Look,
I knew that's what you
There's
wanted to
almost-
hear.
mate, that's why I mentioned it. I thought the
the
only way I
content
can
we're
make it
looking
up
for.
to this person is to get a shout out.
That is the premium content we're wanting here on this channel.
Honestly, it's if anything, I've well made up for the qualm now.
Yeah.
You know, I've addressed it. I've changed my name. FNG reviewed your videos, man. So if you're watching this stuff, I'll like a little thank you from Bass Hub in the comments, please. It's okay.
That would be good.
But no, it's crazy. So in the last few months, then, Niran, man, what's changed? I mean, you're in a weird one where you're in the capital during all the lockdown stuff. So I mean, how's that been for you?
It's weird because it's strange because of how it's developed. Because obviously, like, there was the initial lockdown where it was very much like, yeah, we don't do anything, can't go out, pubs are closed, restaurants are closed, But it almost got like, it almost was normal because you went, well, not normal, but it was, you could understand it because it was this everything to nothing, and then you got used to the nothingness over like the course of 2 months
So
or
deep.
whatever. It was a bit annoying because obviously some people thought it'd be like 3 weeks. I don't know why some people thought it'd be 3 weeks. It ended up being a while.
Yeah.
But then when everything started opening up again, and then now it's going back to how it was. It's almost like this weird limbo sort of thing. But in London, it's a bit mad. Obviously, we can't go and see each other in houses and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever be the same as it was in like April and stuff, because I don't think we can deal with that down here, unfortunately. Because
No.
the government only cares about London. I probably shouldn't say that. This is not a political podcast, but it's true. It's true. We can't deny that. So
yeah, it is facts.
Yeah.
It's something that I've spoke about before in different episodes about everything, government wise and stuff, and it just seems to me like there's no good way out of this, and at this moment in time it's one where the only two feasible options that I can see at least are we let people out and it's a herd immunity kind of thing, and we acknowledge that people are gonna die, and which I don't want. That's why I don't want to happen. But equally, I don't want to keep going into lockdown every month.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because like, I don't think we're not gonna get to that point where like everything's fine, and we can all go out and until there's a vaccine. If you're gonna go that way, but there's no guarantee that could happen soon. I think most people think that it's gonna happen pretty soon, from the science and stuff. Most people seem to think it'll happen like mid next year, which is cool. Like that, ultimately, I'd take that in this situation.
Oh god, yeah.
But it's raucous, isn't it? It's actually like this. I know it's a joke of like unprecedented times and whatever. I actually miss just precedented. I just miss just normality of just like, oh yeah, this really precedented thing happened today, and me being like, oh, sound good stuff. Rather than
I would, what I would give to take it back to, I'm trying like November or December last year.
Yeah,
like when we went to Bodega.
Yes.
And had a mad night out, or the month before that I went to Rock City and had a mad night out. What I would give for one of those night outs, mate?
It's ridiculous now, isn't it? That's the thing as well. Like, I know that obviously that industry is struggling. I mean, obviously the arts itself is struggling massively. The world of gigging, your tech people and your what's it called? The places that actually host the gigs and stuff, and audio technology and everything. That whole industry and that sector struggling, but so is the nightclub industry as well. Like, we're gonna get back out in like a year and a half or whatever, or halfway through next year or whenever like the earliest opportunity is. Half the clubs we went to aren't even gonna be open anymore,
mate.
But
this is it. Is like, it's also for people that don't know, I'm in a band.
Yeah.
So like, we were meant to be gigging in February.
Yeah.
So we actually had a headline gig booked in for September in Rough Trade in Nottingham. That got pushed back to February. At the moment, it's still in place. But I guess for like an insider goss, for whatever this means, we've been told that the gigs we can do at the moment are like between 15 and 20 people at a time.
Yeah.
And this is in like a venue like the Chameleon.
Right, okay.
So it's quite you could probably fit about 100 people in there, I'd say.
Yeah.
So we're talking a fifth of capacity. And that would be for like tier 2, tier 1 kind of things.
Yeah.
So take of it what you will and apply it to the outside world from music. But if these venues are thinking we can probably only have a maximum of 20 people in a 100 capacity, that's in 5-6 months time as well. So we're not going anywhere quick.
I think that's kind of unfortunately going to be the plan, because it's winter as well. Everyone gets ill in winter anyway. So they're not going to want us to be going out. Like, it was calm going out and everyone doing their thing and dicking about in July and August, because there was no problem. Everyone could go out. Like, another thing is, if you're going to meet people now, it has to be indoors, because it's October. I'm not sitting out in the park in rain in November whilst it's sleeting with my umbrella open and it's -3 degrees outside. I'm good. So they know that anyone who's going to meet up with anyone is going to do it inside. So, and combined with winter, that's going to be a travesty. So
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's-
Without saying the game is the game.
game's the
The game
game.
is unfortunately the game.
The game is
The game's always the game, folks.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, I
It's,
just feel sorry for like certain jobs and certain sectors that rely on like actual face-to-face stuff or performing
Yeah.
or whatever, because for them it's like it's that picture that got put out of that ballet dancer called Fatima, and it was
Oh,
like her
mate.
next job could be in cyber. I was like, what do you mean? You've been training to be a ballet dancer for longer than anyone trains to be in cyber, whatever the fuck that even means.
Mate,
Why would you?
I'm so glad you
ballet
brought this
dancer
up.
has prime IT tech knowledge as well.
No,
They
mate,
don't cross
all I'm
over
gonna say
whatsoever.
is-
Sorry, carry on.
no, mate. Honestly, I want to fuel the fire. If you remember our ICT teacher, lovely man,
Oh yes.
Right?
Yeah.
not a ballet person.
No, I
Right.
would argue he was relatively far away from being a ballet dancer. Correct.
So let's take this photo. It was taken by a professional photographer,
Mhm.
then edited by a professional
Photo
editor.
Yeah.
It then also had a professional ballerina in it,
Mhm.
and it was made by people who then used social media to promote it.
Yeah. So like
And get
professional
that
marketers
platform.
as well will have come up with this campaign.
Exactly. All of these people are in the art industry and benefit from the art industry.
Yeah.
So they're using arts to talk people away
Yeah.
from doing arts.
From doing the arts
like-
is actually mental. Like, it's
And what
stupid
are we
to try and
without
comprehend.
music? Mate, honestly, I just like discouraging people from art is such a shame. It's such a bad thing to do because art is so important.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example. If I remember to do it, which I hope I do. If I was to like just say stop the background music now
Yeah.
and just have us talking for 5 minutes or 50 seconds or
Yeah.
30 seconds, the whole dynamic would
You
change.
would know. You notice so quickly. Like
Literally.
whenever there's sometimes where I watch just YouTube videos or whatever, or I'm editing a video and I haven't put the music in yet, and I'm like, God, this is actually. And you add music and there's like little pauses and whatever where you, I don't know, you tell a joke or whatever, or like you change the music to suit what you're trying to say, and it like adds to it so much more. Like,
Yeah.
and then the video's suddenly done. It's like, oh, mad, this is actually good now. Whereas before I put the music in, maybe it actually seemed trash, even though it might have still been funny, like, in a
Would have still been
traditional sense. It just didn't have music in the background. Now that's enhanced it so much. Like, even just or graphics or little stock footage or something that someone's filmed. Like, it's so important.
Yeah.
So trying to drive people away from that is so. I mean, I kind of understand it to an extent, but in that way, it's so stupid. Like, it's such an important sector.
Yeah, it's something that I just don't understand. I really don't understand, and there's a lot of things that have happened over the last couple of weeks, which I'm not going to get into just because I don't want to be slating anything, and I think everyone's entitled to their view.
Yeah, of course,
ultimately.
that's the thing.
But there's been some very shady things happening over the last couple of weeks,
Yeah.
which I think everyone knows what we'll be referring to anyway.
Yeah.
If you're from the UK.
If you're from the UK, you'll know, like, politically, it's been a turbulent month. That's probably the best way to
Yes.
describe it.
That's a very PC way of
That's
describing
very
it.
easy. I'm actually proud of myself 'cause I don't usually do that. But yeah, it is what, and ultimately everyone's entitled to their opinion. Like, that's sometimes what people forget when it comes to politics. Like, there's certain things that you can believe that I would never believe or would never think about, going along with. But it doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Everyone can have their opinion. And be heard.
I mean, there are some things that are categorically wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
But when it comes to a party or a view, or say something like, for example, I don't eat meat or any dairy products.
Yeah.
That's my choice.
Yeah.
And people have the choice to eat meat if they want to and dairy products. You do you. You know what I mean?
You do you, boo. Legit.
You do you. Same with choosing what party to support. You do you. But all I'm gonna say is, all I'm gonna say is,
This could go badly. Yeah, we carry on.
no, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. But no, I just think yeah, there's just it's not been the best time to be in England, really, has it?
There's always this thing of like people being like proud to be British, and I always hear like I feel like a lot of my friends, obviously, for those that don't know, I'm half Nigerian and half English. So like I'm very proud to be like Nigeria. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in Nigeria as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
so it's 50% one thing, 50% the other thing, but it's 100% tragedy, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in terms of I'm proud to, you know, of my heritage and that. But I always see people like that are like just English that say they're not actually proud to be English, really, which I find kind of sad, because every country has its own problems. Just because Britain has those doesn't mean you don't have to be proud of your nation.
Yeah. I think it's hard.
It's just hard. People do make it hard for us sometimes. There's a lot of stupidity here.
They do.
When I hear someone talking about a £5 chicken burger being really tasty in a Liverpudlian accent, it does make it difficult. I can't lie. It's
just make it mate, £5
chicken burger. Oh, I really want that chicken burger now, actually, low-key.
Mate, after what I just said? No, I'm joking. For people that don't know.
This is only £5 chicken burger and chips. So nice, such a bargain, and proper nice as well.
Proper nice as well.
That.
Amazing.
That is what Trent Alexander-Arnold sounds like.
He goes into the changing room. He's in the cafeteria after the game with his chicken burger. That's exactly what he's saying.
That's what he sounds like, man. If he went on chicken shop date, that's what he would say. That's what he'd sound like. The
random,
to bring it back as
random tangent that's completely off topic of what we were just talking about, but I'll be quick with it. I genuinely thought I had met Trent Alexander-Arnold in a nightclub one time. I was in London, and there was a guy who literally was spitting image of him, and all my friends were like, what the that is Trent. We went up to him and was like, oh my god, are you Trent Alexander? He was like, what? No, I'm not him. What are you talking about? It was an incredible time, because we genuinely thought it was. And it turns out, turns out he wasn't. So that was a sad day.
That's not
it was
good.
a sad day.
Can we get an F in the chat?
F in the chat.
F in
Thought
the
I met
chat.
my hero. But yeah, anyway.
But no. How embarrassing.
It was actually really bad.
What I was going to say is to bring it back to a couple of things. It's a deeper tangent, but I think it's worth talking about.
Yeah.
The stuff going on in Nigeria.
Yes.
At the moment in time. Obviously it's SARS, right?
Yeah.
Which is the... Is it the police?
It's like a department of the police, I guess, is like the easiest way to like explain it. It's not just the police, but it's like a branch of the police, or like the services in that case.
Right, and they're the ones that are doing all the horrible stuff.
Yeah. So what they do? I won't go into massive detail, but what they do is like they're meant to like take money from people who owe stuff. So they're kind of police almost merged with bailiffs to an extent. But so they're meant to be kind of anti-corruption, but in their own right they are very corrupt. So they just go after young people and just take all their stuff. And if they can't afford to give it to them, then obviously bad stuff happens to them. And it's just like the epitome of like police brutality. So they've obviously been protesting against it and stuff. But yeah, so the government have technically disbanded SARS, but then now there's a new thing called SWAT, which is basically the same thing. So they just did it for like a publicity thing, which is why everyone's still protesting, because they're like, do you take us for idiots, fam? We know that the same thing is still happening. You've just changed the name because you protested.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a madness. I think what I'm going to do... Sorry?
No, sorry, you go.
No, I was going to say, I think I'll leave an article down below, and also I think it's a GoFundMe.
There's some petitions and stuff that are helpful to sign. I'll send you those. But more important, it's just having the knowledge, really. As is like the usual, it's just about having the knowledge of like what's happening. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult for us as people in England to actually affect what's happening in Nigeria, like on the front line. But if you have the knowledge and sign petitions, then at least like our government can take a look at it and see how they're funding Nigeria, because every country's linked. I'm sure England in some way has been funding SARS, so if we protest against it as well, then you never know, you might get some sort of change there.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'll definitely, if you send me some good links, I'll get them in as well, because I think it's definitely worth people taking the time. Either now, if you want to pause the podcast, or afterwards, go down below and read up on it as well. I'm also going to take this moment to plug something else. With COVID, mental health has been a struggle for a lot of people as well. At the moment in time, what you can't see is I am also growing a tash for Movember.
Love that.
So I will leave a link to my Movember link as well. If you can afford to, obviously I know with COVID it's very hard. So if you can't, no worries about it. Just anyone could share it, that'd be brilliant. My place of work match every donation. So say if you put £1 in, they put £1 in, it's all very well and good. So I'll put that link in there as well, because I think mental health is a really, really important thing, and the charity that I'm giving the money to are amazing as well. So worth a donation
for sure. Would definitely recommend. I'm actually growing my hair into even more of a dead trim for November. But yeah, no, legit, it's a good cause. It's definitely a good cause.
Yeah, man, it's just something that I think is worth doing. So yeah, back onto I think if we'll take it more towards music in a different way. For those of you that don't follow Niran, he's recently been, which also don't know why, go check him out. He's amazing.
Cheers.
One of the like top one nicest person I know. And also it's a great creator, a great mate, so go check him out if you don't already.
So you can't go.
Also multi-talented. No man, it's fine. Multi-talented, a very talented musician, guitarist, and now keyboardist. We were talking the other day, mate. You are the new Elton John, basically.
Yes, I have been dubbed that many a time, actually. Elton John. I've had who else has appeared this? Beethoven.
Freddie Mercury.
There's been a lot of comparisons to Beethoven, actually, over the last couple of weeks. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna lie. Like, guitar's cool. I love it. I enjoy it. I've been playing it since I was in flipping year 7, so about 10 years now. So over time, I'm not gonna lie. I was actually to say I've played it for 10 years. I probably should be better, but it is what it is. But piano.
The game is the game.
Oof, that is difficult. It's a difficult instrument, but I like it.
It's hard. Cool. It's really, really hard. So
it's physically hard. It's not that it's like difficult to understand. Like, once you've got music theory, I think you get it. But I've got long fingers, bro, and it's still tough to stretch them where they need to go, bro. It's mad. How do people do it?
Mate, I see these videos, of people that that play it like, it's like there's like a song called like Flight of the Bumblebee or something mad.
Yeah.
I would play it, but we'll probably get a strike. Not that it matters anyway. But mate, like Beethoven, how?
I just don't.
How?
It's also like it's the multitasking as well. I feel like with guitar, you don't have to multitask quite as much as you do with piano, because with guitar or bass or whatever, like ultimately, you've got your fingers on the frets and stuff, and you've got your strumming or your plucking or whatever. But the plucking isn't that hard. Like, ultimately, you just got to remember what string you need to hit, and it's not that difficult.
Not that
but
hard,
with a piano, man, like, you've got to work out what shape you need to make on your left hand, and then on your right hand as well. And the right hand's probably some kind of like melody. I was actually I went on today and I just had like a little search on YouTube of like just piano songs to learn, and the Stranger Things theme came up, and I was like, I'm about that. I'd definitely like to learn that, and it's so hard. It's so hard.
Really?
Like that in itself is so difficult. It's so fast.
Little arpeggio.
Yeah, it's arpeggios or like
Arpeggio, yeah, that's
and it's
the one.
like, it's a tough one.
Mate. I want to see it. I want to see that.
But listen, give me like a week, maybe, or 3, and then I'll be able to play it up to speed for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So far, Frank Ocean, Pink and White's in the locker. That's what I've got in the locker, and some chords that sound nice. But other than that,
if you do Pink and White, I will cry.
Honestly, we were for people wondering, we were having like a half talk about Frank Ocean in messages earlier, and just came to the conclusion that he makes us both cry. It is what it is.
And I think it's important to acknowledge that, you know.
I think it is as well. Music can just make you mad emotional at times, and that's okay. That's fine. If you're listening to a song that's sad and you cry, it's a sad song. It's probably what it was designed to do. So,
yeah,
you know, those are the best songs that make you feel the emotion of the person that made it.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing of Frank Ocean is, every like Moon River, for example. If you played Moon River to me, that rendition, I would probably cry in the first 15 seconds.
Honestly, same. Like man,
it's just beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But as you say, it's a good song is one that conveys that emotion. And if you feel like you're gonna cry after listening to a song, Dave, you're not a simp.
It's
You're
okay.
a Chad.
Yeah, it's calm. Honestly, like I think any kind of emotion, it doesn't necessarily have to be sadness. It can be like nostalgia. Like, there's some songs that I listen to where I get nostalgic, and it's like I'm baffled because I've only listened to it like 4 times, so I don't know why I'm nostalgic.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have a memory attached to the song, but it like makes you feel something that makes you feel nostalgic.
Mate, and this is the thing. Going back onto what you were saying earlier, by discouraging people from doing that, you lose out on this whole thing. Like, music's got me through so many things in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
And to want to say it's not important and to tell ballerinas to learn how to bloody use PowerPoint.
Instead, we use Excel, which the government can't even use properly to track and trace people.
As if the government are using Excel.
Yeah, did you see that they ran out of space on an Excel document?
Columns.
They ran out of cells, like thingies.
Oh, that's so funny. It's such an L.
It's such an L. It actually is.
It's such an L.
Like
this is the thing that annoys me about it as well. Is so for people that don't know, so people outside the UK. The way that our government are handling it at the moment is by putting cities in lockdown in different tiers.
Yeah.
So the way it is it's not a city as such anymore. It's the council, and then the different districts have different tiers. Right? So, for example, the borough that I'm in is in tier 3.
Yeah.
But the borough next door to me is in tier 2, but we are all in the same city.
That's so mad.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So my question is, why isn't the government just putting the whole place in tier 3?
Yeah.
If one area is bad enough, just put it all in to be safe.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, just for the sake of just making sense, like knowing what you're doing. Like, because if you got, you could literally live on the border and not know. You're in tier 2.5.
Yeah.
And you don't actually know what you're meant to be doing. To be fair, that's been the story the whole time,
fine.
hasn't it? Really, a lot of it's been like, does anyone actually know like what the guidelines are? Now I think it's pretty clear, But there was a time
Yeah.
I think it was in September where you could meet people outside for a meal in a pub with 6 other people, but you could meet people in the park and it was 30 or something, and it's just like, fam, come on, just just give me a clear and then that depended on where you were from.
And it also made no sense. Is that if you can, this is the thing that makes no sense. If you can recognise it's bad enough that for a group of over 30 people, which I don't think is that many, really either. But at the same time, like, lol, I haven't got 30 friends, so who would I even see?
Exactly.
But like, so 30 people. So you got me, man. That's the most important thing.
We got each other, bro.
you got 30 people outside, but if you know those 30 people went inside, it would be really bad.
Yeah.
It's like, so why are you allowing 30 people getting together in the first place? Because people are still going to touch outside.
I know. Well, they're not going to be within like a minute,
or
like
2
a
meters.
minute. Oh my god, I can't even. A meter, like 2 meters of each other. A minute. They're not within a time frame of each other.
Yeah, time is
doesn't
just
make
a
it-
concept, though. To be fair,
To be fair, yeah, true. Actually, it's like the clock's going back. Like as if
Right, mate, innit?
we can just say, yeah, Bunny, it's an hour later today than it was yesterday. What does that even mean?
Yeah, when you wake up, it's actually not 9; it's 8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Standard.
Everyone accepts
Yeah,
it. As
fine.
well. No one questions it.
Ridiculous.
No, man, it's madness. It really is a madness.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, we'll get some clearer ideas of what we should and shouldn't be doing. But either way, mon the arts. Okay, that's the moral of the story. Up the arts. That sounded mad. Whoa! Pause and wheel that back. Wow. I need.
What happened?
I said up the arts, as in but that sounded very similar to a different sentence, which is entirely different.
I heard up the arts, so it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just a little bit too close. It's in the same family as that other. Wow, yeah, no, it's a good job you don't have
No,
monetization yet, because that would have been demonetized again. It would have been my fault, and I apologize.
Mate, who knows? I could actually have monetized.
You could, yeah, you actually probably will be. To
video
be fair,
could
by
be
the
the
time,
one.
but so I'm sorry because I probably demonetized your video now.
Bro, and also you dissed me. That's the what hurts the most.
True. I'm so sorry.
You said to my face, you went, you're not even gonna get money for this.
Nah, I
And then-
meant because of me. That's what I was saying.
And then you said,
because
now it's going up the, it's going up the chuff.
up the toffees.
You said, you're not getting any money. Now let me get you up the chuff.
That's such a stupid. That's such a ridiculous phrase. It's when someone's pregnant and they're up the duff. Like, what does
Up the
that
duff.
even mean? What is the duff?
Does that
Who is the Damien? Big ups, Damien Duff.
No.
Old school retro baller. Chelsea and Blackburn Rovers. What a guy.
I literally forgot that man existed. Damien Duff.
There's so many footballers like that, where you say the name like hang on, let me think of a good one. Stelios Giannakopoulos.
What about? There'll be some more. Do you think anyone actually googled David Dunn?
David Dunn. Wow. Wow. He's the guy who tried to do a little Rabona kick and then fell over.
Wait, I'm just on a Google. You know who just come up?
What? Who?
Christopher Samba.
Wow. What a legend. Do you remember when he went to that Russian team that had bare money for 1 year and they signed Samuel Eto'o as well? And then they just went out of business completely straight away.
And that was that.
I think Jimmy Traore is one of my personal favourites. Somehow a Champions League winner with Liverpool.
Oh, that's actually mad. I thought when you said Jimmy, I thought you were going to say Jimmy Floyd Hasselbaink.
Jimmy Floyd, what a legend of the scene. Left foot like
Mate.
a traction engine.
Oh, bloody heck. Bloody heck.
What a guy. I see, you got me thinking now about these obscure footballers that we always forget. It's like the streets won't forget, but like the dead version. Because like the streets won't forget is like Adel Tarapt and Michu and stuff. But these are like the players that the streets have already forgotten. Like past him.
The streets have forgotten, and also when after you've listened to this podcast and gone to bed, you wake up and you've automatically forgotten everyone we spoke about.
I tell you what, Papa Bouba Diop.
Yes.
What a geezer! Imagine having that
JJ
name and
Okocha.
being a professional footballer. Like, that is just outlandish.
I've got one for you.
Yeah, hit me.
Alan Smith.
Wait, who? Sorry.
Alan Smith.
Oh wow! Leeds
go.
legend, Notts County legend.
Notts County legend. Oh my god, I can't believe he actually was at Notts County.
That was mad, actually. Yeah.
He was awful.
Mad. Alan Smith. What's Mark Viduka.
Oh my god. What about Harry Kewell?
Harry Kewell came to Liverpool and just kept
one?
breaking his ankle all the time. For fuck's sake, man. Just stay fit.
Also managed Notts County.
He was good. He was good when he actually played, when he wasn't injured all the time. Man.
Mate, you know Australia, they actually had a very good team.
They had some good players. That era of Australian football. They had Tim Cahill as well. I don't know whether there was a crossover there. Tim Cahill.
Mark Schwarzer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think. The problem is I don't think they have any. I don't remember a single Australian defender in history. So I think that's the problem. Like, they have all these good like strikers and wingers and midfielders, but I don't know. Has an Australian defender ever existed?
Apparently there was. So the one that's come up straight away is Lucas Neal.
Oh yeah, okay. He played for Blackburn, I think.
Was it Blackburn?
Or West Ham as well, I think. I can't remember. Hang on.
Yeah, he was Blackburn and West Ham, and then he finished at Doncaster.
Wow. Yeah.
There you go.
Go out in style.
Mate, what a career. Millwall, back in the 1995, so good
Old
Millwall.
school settings, yeah.
Blackburn, West Ham, Everton, Galatasaray, and then Doncaster Rovers.
How on earth do you go from the Turkish champions to Doncaster Rovers? How does that transfer happen?
There was some, he went to some clubs in between.
Okay, I was going to say, because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if a guy from Doncaster had to meet up with a guy from a Champions League Galatasaray in negotiations.
Oh, mate, I think the saddest part is, according to this, Watford signed him, and then they just let him go on loan to Doncaster, and then he retired.
For goodness sake. God's sake. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, it's not good.
Bless him.
It's not good.
Wow, that was a little journey, like footballing wise, because
That was a lot.
I forget, honestly, some of the players that were around back
There
then.
was some, mate. Do you remember those years in between year 3 and year 6 when we were really into football cards and football stickers?
Oh wow, yeah. So for those that don't know, picture it's not really like Yu-Gi-Oh. I guess it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, but in footballing terms and Premier League, we had to collect every single player out of packs, or it was basically FIFA Ultimate Team before FIFA Ultimate Team happened, and you could trade so I distinctly remember completing one. I only ever completed one season, and I swapped someone for Frank Lampard, and that was the final card that I didn't have in our year 6 classroom.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, that was sick. My ball knowledge, that's where that started, because we had to know obscure players back then.
Let's talk about phrasing real quick there.
Sorry.
Just said, man, your ball knowledge. That's what came out. So I'm gonna have to ask you to.
I've got to pause again. I even went through the rest of the sentence without realising as well. I need to take some time because this is getting out of control.
Right.
I need to pause and rewind. Right, my football knowledge.
There you go.
You needed to know about. Oh yeah, who's the last player that? Oh yeah, bro, have you got a Luis Boamorte? Who? Like, are you mad? Has anyone ever asked that question in history? You need to be on the ball. You need to know what you were doing.
Like, honestly, do you remember the best thing was when you had obviously you did it before, but the way I did was I would complete it, and then do you remember I think 2009, 2010, 2011 season.
Yeah.
When you bought the big book with like 10 packs included,
Yeah.
you'd also get like a thick card pitch with little slips, and you could build your 11.
Oh, that was so lit. Yeah.
Mate. And you would take your team to someone else's, and there's like a point system, wasn't there? So like, I remember I got my team everything 5-star. It was like Petr Cech in net.
Yeah.
It was like Ashley Cole, John Terry, Ferdinand.
Yeah.
I had Lampard, Ronaldo, Rooney. I think I had Torres as well.
Yeah, Torres.
Like, I had like every player was like 5-star, and
Yeah.
I was so proud of that team.
Oh, that was.
I think I've still got it somewhere.
I've still got mine somewhere as well. I think my I think I had like a shiny Fernando Torres, and that was the one I was like most proud of, or like Steven Gerrard or something.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, the feeling of opening a pack and getting a 5-star shiny.
Oh, goodness gracious! It was outrageous. It was sick. It was so sick.
Mate, kids today will never, like, honestly, this is a thing. I'm not gonna ask your opinion on it because I know you're EA influencer and you're tight with the FIFA games.
Oh, to be honest, you
and
can
all that
ask
stuff.
anyway. Like, realistically, I don't mind.
Well, it is. I don't want to be too controversial with it, but all I'm going to say is, if you're out there and you're not earning your own money, right, don't spend your parents' money on Ultimate Team packs. And if you are earning your own money, don't spend a lot on Ultimate Team packs, because it's kind of a waste of money.
Yeah.
And you can just graft and get the players you want eventually anyway.
I think what I would say, the best advice that I can give, as far as like if you're young and you play FIFA a lot and you want to have a good team on Ultimate Team and whatever, is don't ever be influenced by the YouTubers, okay? Because you're gonna watch Ultimate Team YouTubers and they're gonna have like 6.3 million FIFA points on their account, and you're gonna be like, mad, oh what and all these pack openings and stuff. It's not fake, because they're putting a lot of money into it and making content out of it, like, so big ups to them. Yeah. But like, the average person cannot spend £5,000 on FIFA, like, and should not spend £5,000 on FIFA. Like, you can still grind to get a good team without having to put that much money in. Like, it's basically the same as gambling. So as soon as you're at a level where you're like, I don't know if I really should buy this next pack, then probably just don't. Realistically, and don't get a false idea of how easy it is to get a good team because your favorite YouTuber has it, because it probably cost them a lot of money.
And also, what I'd say is, I can't speak for every YouTuber, but even though it would have cost them a lot of money, they would have still got it at like a very subsidized rate, because the company that provides the coins would want to be promoters. They'd probably give a very good deal.
Coin sponsors are probably selling it for like way less than you're buying it, and also like if they're an EA game changer, they're probably getting free points at the start of the game from EA to like pump into packs too. So yeah, bear it in mind. And
the most important thing is, FIFA has a shelf life of not even 12 months.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. So it's not even as if what you're spending thousands of pounds on is going to carry on forever. You're going to get it for a year.
Exactly.
If that, because you're probably going to get bored before then. It's a game that only really has any hype for like 3 to 6 months now. So yeah.
For me, I only play career mode. I play Ultimate Team if I'm bored, and at the start of every FIFA I'll try and get a decent team, and then it gets to like January and I might as well not play because everyone's got a sick team.
Yeah, that's the problem as well.
But I honestly, career mode this year sucks.
Do you not like it?
I think they've they've introduced a lot, but they've done nothing with it.
I do hear that to an extent. Yeah.
Let's take, for me, what I really want to discuss is player career mode, right?
Yeah. Oh god.
You know how much potential there would be to take a journey-like game. Like, and just so people know, I played NBA 2K20 and NFL 20.
Yeah.
Like Madden 20 last year. And I played both their career modes. NBA is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't praise it enough. You make your own player, you have a background story, you start in college, you make pro. During your rookie series, you're like, the news is always talking about you can choose your nickname. The training really does impact your performance, and your performance impacts your fans. And then if you have a bad game, as you're walking to the changing room, the fans will like chat and get angry about you, and you get the option to like reply and be like, oh, I'm going to be angry, or I'm going to stay calm and walk away.
Yeah.
So you get to interact with the fans. And in the dressing room, you get your manager coming up to you to talk about your performance, your team talking to you about your performance. Like, if they can do that for NBA, and I'd say football is a lot bigger than basketball.
Yeah, globally for sure, in my opinion.
So why can't we do it for FIFA?
It's because they know, really and truly. I probably shouldn't say this, but really and truly, it's the fact that like it's not monetizable. Like you can't really sell stuff within career mode or player career mode, and it makes sense to prioritize stuff that you can, because obviously you're gonna earn more money from it if you make it better.
Yeah.
But there has to be like, I think the problem is, and it goes for all games, sadly. There was a time where, I think it was the peak time was probably the PS2 days, where you could, because online didn't really exist, you could basically get any game, and if you played it on your own, you would enjoy it. Like, regardless of what it was, whether you were interested in the sport or anything, because so much attention to detail went into the offline stuff, that it was actually enjoyable. You didn't have the frustration of playing online with other people and getting annoyed and raging all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You could just, you obviously you could have friends over and play split screen or whatever, but like in terms of game modes and stuff, and like F1 or like there's like football manager games on like PS2 that have more features than FIFA does now on career mode.
Honestly,
mad.
I also remember me and you did a career mode on the Xbox 360.
Yes, yeah, I remember this.
And I remember on
FIFA 10,
my house, I think, was it FIFA 10?
Might be. It was FIFA 10 or FIFA 09, one of those two.
But you could pick like your sponsor for the year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And it would impact your transfer budget and stuff. And bro, we sweated that. And every year you get to change your sponsor, and they have different expectations. One thing that also really annoys me, which it shouldn't do, but it does, is the limited amount of customization that you have for players.
Yeah.
And why aren't tattoos? Volta has tattoos, but why doesn't career mode have tattoos?
There's so many things that like were in Volta or like the Journey especially. There's so many things that were in the Journey that they could have put in career mode. Or they've tried to do a few things like interviews and stuff, which is cool. But there's other things that like really you already have the tech from like 3 years ago. Just dash it in.
As I said, I think I said this before, either one night when we were out together on the other podcast, but I'm gonna say it again. If there was an option for doing like create your own Alex Hunter, for your own person,
legit,
with all the customized things, and that card, once you complete the story,
oh my days, exactly,
goes into Ultimate Team, and you've got your own person. No one would really use it, but it's just cool to have your own person in Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
And I'd probably whack myself on the bench, just saying. But like, imagine the amount of people that would go in and buy that game knowing that they can be an Ultimate Team themselves.
Legit. Exactly. That's the thing. Like, and having that storyline that like you know, you could choose. Maybe you could even choose what your parents were called, or choose what your parents looked like in the game instead of the hunters, and what your name was, and
Mate.
like your decisions determined whatever happened. Like,
And say,
the potential was there for that to actually be one of the greatest game modes of FIFA history ever, because it works on every
Yeah.
other game, like NBA, like you said. So it would have been unreal if they'd actually got it right,
Mate.
but they've shafted it, unfortunately.
it's so annoying.
So they'll have to leave it for,
Especially
if they could bring it back in a couple of years and like rehash it as a new thing, and that would be fine. But yeah, sad.
It's just something that for me, like I look at PES, and I look at PES's career mode in comparison, and it's got everything you want.
Yeah.
Like you can do so much more stuff, and I mean, all I'm saying is if my 6 gigabyte handheld football manager on my phone can have all these features, why can't my 60 gigabyte FIFA 21 have at least that same standard?
Oh, it's mad, isn't it? It is mad, because there's so many things within those games. It's just, it's to be fair, what I will say to them is they have improved it. Like, if we were to look at career mode from like, I don't know when, like maybe 5 years ago, dear God, it was like really, there was nothing. Like, there was genuinely not, like, you had youth academies and like friendlies, and that was it. Like, there was no other features at all. There was no like cutscenes. There was no like realistic transfers. There was no interviews. There was no like,
that's true.
Training or whatever. Ah, man, I don't know. It's just, I hope at some point they can. Because the dream is to have a game that's like Football Manager, but you can play like as it is FIFA as well.
That would be the dream, which they could do.
I feel like they could do it realistically, or at least come close. Like, not even close, really. Even the stuff they did this year, that just nabbed from Football Manager.
Yeah, literally. It's. I'm gonna go for a Wii.
You know what? You do that.
We'll
What's it
continue.
called?
Intermission.
Intermission. Yeah.
Alright, I'm back in a sec.
Dun 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 That was the intermission music. So you can edit that in. Charlie, you're not here right now, but you can put that in with like a little text over the top, like, please stand by. See, I've got you. Don't worry about it. It's all good, bro.
He's back.
He's back. He's back in town.
That's so satisfying.
He hath returned.
Mate, sorry. Thank you for waiting.
That's quite alright. I did some background music, so you can edit that in if you want.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I will. What were we saying? Oh no, we were just chatting shit.
We were talking about. We were just talking about FIFA career mode, to be honest with you. But
yeah, it's a madness. It's a madness. I think what we'll do is, because I know with time, it's getting quite late. I don't want to keep you too long. I'm just gonna ask you one thing.
Okay, hit me with it.
Before I'll ask you a penultimate question. Before I ask you the question I've really got to ask.
Okay, cool.
What do you think about next gen consoles, and which one are you gonna get?
Oh, okay. So the stupid thing actually is I've not pre-ordered either of them. So I technically don't have either of them on the way, but I will. I think they're gonna be sick, because they're basically almost PCs at this point, which is mad. Like, if you're getting a console and playing console games on it, and it's basically a PC, the possibilities are endless. From what I've seen, the graphics look pretty lit. Not like the mad step up from like the last, but I think that's just because there was a lot more like to attain, whereas now it's already so good that it's kind of hard to get better. I'll probably be getting a PlayStation, to be honest. I think I'm a PlayStation boy now. I think the Xbox times are behind me. they've slacked a little bit, so I'll probably get a PS5.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because I miss the 360 days, man. We always used to have Xbox.
They're
All of our group had Xbox 360. Apart from like 2 people, what bun them.
Mate, Xbox 360 was lit.
That was lit. If I'm sorry to anyone who had a PS3, but you're an idiot. Because the Xbox 360 was it. Like, it. I think that's the one thing I would have regretted the most about my childhood if I didn't have, was an Xbox 360.
Yeah, mate, honestly.
The lobbies, ridiculous.
The Call of Duty.
Call of Duty lobbies. Just abusing random people on pro clubs. Abusing each other on pro clubs more often than not. Outrageous.
Oh. Mate, honestly, one of the memories I've got distinct. I'll be interested to see if you remember this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you came over to my house. We were very young.
Yeah.
And we'd been out playing football all day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's really annoying because my Xbox just got the red ring.
Oh. Wow.
And you were like, oh, it is annoying and we can't really play. And then my dad came home from work and he managed to take back my Xbox and they swapped it for a brand new one. One of the black slimline.
Yes, I remember this. I remember because you had
Yeah.
you had the old school white one, which used to get red ring of death like after 3 months, basically. I don't think I
Literally.
ever went to anyone's house who had that white one that didn't have red rings of death. Ever.
Literally. and we messed around with the avatars because you could, if you held in the little analog sticks, you could like make your
they could
avatar
do,
burp
like,
and stuff.
Yeah, jump about and stuff.
Yeah, mate, we played that and then we went on Modern Warfare for hours.
Oh, goodness me.
It was so fun.
It was so
fun.
good. It was such a good era. That was mad. I remember that day actually and being like so disappointed that we obviously wouldn't be able to play. And then obviously your dad came back. It was mad.
Mate, it was crazy.
It's mad. I remember Gears of War as well was something I used to play loads. For some reason, I wasn't even that much of a shooter person when I was young, but I was addicted to that game.
Mate, it was, for me, it was just the ridiculousness of it. Like you could chainsaw someone's leg.
I know, it just made no sense as well. Like, it was so stupid, but it was just so funny. So,
oh, it was so good.
Oh god.
Many memories, man. What we should do one time, actually, thinking about it, thinking out loud, we should definitely do like a nostalgia podcast. Like I'll try and get someone else on that we grew up with, and
Yes, yeah, and we'll just
and
chat
just
about
talk
like
about-
random memories and stuff, and that'll
look
be
at
lit.
that. If people want to see it, drop a like down below. We'll get something sorted.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. If people want to see it.
But you know what, mate? I agree. I think I'm gonna get a PS5. I haven't pre-ordered one, but I think I'm gonna get one.
It's just the better games are gonna come out on that rather than than
100%.
Xbox fridge, whatever the fuck. I don't know what it's called. It's like Xbox Series Box X or something.
It's yeah. I think that what swung me was the Ghost of Tsushima. That looks sick. That looks so good.
That looks mental. It's gonna be so lit. I can't wait. Those games are gonna be mad.
Mate, honestly, I'm gonna get a PlayStation. I'm gonna get a PlayStation 5. That's been
man. I'm
decided.
literally right here, right now.
Mate, yeah. I mean, I'm very spontaneous, as you know. Before we did the Halloween podcast or this one, I can't remember now. One of them, I should remember if it was this one because it was like literally about an hour and a half ago. I just spontaneously bought a pair of shoes for no reason. I just was scrolling on.
Why
ASOS
not?
and I thought,
That's the thing. Why would you not?
can't really afford
what
them.
is stopping you apart from money? But other than that,
No, put it on Klarna. Put it on Klarna. It's fine.
nah, you got to Klarna. Yeah, exactly. That's the way. little installment FC, you know. Like
Mate,
Arsenal.
honestly, £10 a week. Sand. Bloody
beautiful.
sand.
It's a beautiful way.
So, mate, it comes to the last question of the podcast.
Okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm built up and ready for this. But hit me.
It's slightly different to the one that I asked you before.
Okay,
so,
that's fair.
So it's 3 guests. So dinner party is the same, but it's 3 guests, and they can be anyone, either in the public eye or whatever, like an artist, a musician, a politician, and you also get to pick your chef, like who cooks for you.
So I can I can pick 3 dinner guests and then 3, and then one person
And one
cooking.
chef. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, I already know who the chef's gonna be for the pure
Is it me, man?
entertainment. Oh, I actually know this too. Oh, mad! That spun me. There was someone who I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have them, but there's actually a second.
Can I take a guess at who I thought you were going to go for straight away?
Yeah, go for it.
Gordon Ramsay.
Alright, cool. That's decided it then, because that's who I thought of first time.
Mate.
Just purely for the drama. The drama, Mick. I love it. That's what I would want him in the kitchen, because something could kick off at the dinner party, and if he's there as well, it's that extra spice. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
So I'll utilize the other chef as a guest instead. I'm gonna choose Ainsley Harrier. I want Ainsley Harrier at the dinner party. Okay, being cooked for by Gordon Ramsay. That just seems like the best possible combination. And then I'll allow just anyone else, like any other 2 people.
Yeah, any other 2 people.
I've got to think about this.
It's a big one.
I've got to think about this logically. I would like.
Just what you're thinking. Just as a fact, so far, everyone I've asked, Gordon Ramsay's been the chef they've gone for.
I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan. I think it's just. It's for me. It is genuine. It's not even the cook. Like, it has nothing to do with the cooking that I'm gonna get. Like, I don't care about the food. I'm not that picky. It's just him as a man. He has to be there. Do you know what I mean? Out of all the chefs,
He's got to be there. It's a no-brainer.
I would also choose Nico B. The guy who did what's it called? Who's that? What's that?
Yeah. yeah.
For what reason, I don't know, but I just think the dynamic between him and Ainsley Harriet would work very well. I think they'd really bounce off each other.
I think Nico B. That's just an out there choice.
Out of everyone in the world, I've chosen Nico B. And
You should be honoured.
God, who would the third person be? Barack Obama. Fuck it. Barack Obama. You are not telling me that this would not be the littest dinner ever when Ainsley Harriet, Nico B, and Barack Obama are sat around the same table. That is,
To be fair,
unreal.
that is mad.
That would be lit. That would be so good. The dynamic would be a bit of a mad one. to be brutally honest with you, I think that there's different personalities there, different cultures. But I think that's what I'm going to go for.
Or the ex-president.
Ex-president, Nico B, who's most famous for taking gherkins out of his Big Mac.
Yeah.
And Ainsley Harriet.
Mate, what a party. I think who did we have? Someone said Elliot from People Aren't Like Me was like, he's like, oh, I'd have like Kanye, Kim K, and like the guy that she did like the porno with.
That's so good. That's actually sick. That would be one hell of a Jesus.
Mate, that would be joke. That would honestly be amazing.
Kanye should probably thank him, really, because without that, I don't think they'd be together, him and Kim. So think about it.
And then you know what you're getting into from Kanye's perspective.
Exactly. You know, you've had a preview. You know what you're getting in for. Oh wow. Wait, so what would yours be?
Oh mate. Gordon Ramsay cooking for me, obviously.
Yeah, I think that is the obvious shout, really.
My 3 celebrities, I'd have Post Malone there.
Yeah.
I'm changing it up this time. Post Malone would be there because it's Post Malone.
Yeah.
And it would be a joke. I'd also go for, obviously, my main competition in this podcast world of Joe Rogan. Because I'm really into Joe Rogan at the moment.
Yeah,
and I think
he's sick.
it would be a joke to have him on there. And him and Post Malone get on anyway. And I
Yeah.
think I would then, if I the last ones are so hard. Like, I'd love to have someone like Big Nasty.
Oh, that would be class. That would be class, actually, to be fair. He's too funny. So,
Dude, yeah, because you've met him. You've
I've
done videos
played
with
pro
him.
clubs with him. I played pro clubs with him, and it was a very,
Dude,
very
that's
mad experience.
That's such a flex.
It actually is low key, but like even just aside from that, he is actually just stupidly funny.
Yeah,
Like
man.
he'll just literally just light up halfway through the meal. Like you do realize, like he'll like not even halfway, like a 10th of the way through the meal.
That's what I want. I'd get Gordon Ramsay to cook some infused stuff for him.
Yes, that's a good shout. You know,
That's what I'd
that's
do.
a guy.
That's what
Gordon
I'd do.
Ramsay in that vibe would be a whole. What would he be like under those circumstances?
I don't. Weird.
We need this is what I'm saying. We need to make it happen. I'll bring Ainsley, Nico, and Barack as well, and we'll just combine. We'll just have a rave. We'll just have a house party.
Yeah, man. When it gets back to the rule of 6,
Yes,
which
yeah,
will be 8 or 9
Yeah, after
even.
rule of 8, 9, 10, rule of something.
We'll have. Hey, I'll tell you what. If I'm not at 1,000 subs yet, the 1,000th subscriber gets to go as well.
Yes, I'm a big fan of that.
Look at that.
That
That's
is
what we go for.
a collection of people. A legendary 1,000th subscriber, and then what? Post Malone, Gordon Ramsay, Joe Rogan,
Ainsley Harriet.
Ainsley Harriet, Nico B,
Barack
Barack Obama. It's just written in
Why
the stars.
wouldn't-
It's meant to be, in my opinion.
Why wouldn't you want to be part of this amazing story?
Why would you
It's
not
really up
want
to
to
you.
be there?
So, you guys know what to do. If you haven't already, or if you haven't come over from Niran's channel, thank you for coming over. But if you haven't come over and you're from me for some reason,
Pick up yourself.
go check out Niran. Go subscribe to his content. It's
you
amazing.
very much.
It's lovely.
Appreciate
And he's a lovely
that.
guy. Well, mate, honestly, I mean, it's your 3rd time on this channel. By far the most reoccurring guest. And look, it's not even over yet. Our
I'm a
2020
prolific
plans aren't even
striker
over.
right now. Yeah, exactly. I
Mate.
know. There could be more on the horizon. You never know.
All I'm going to say is I'm going to give this a little drop. There's going to be something special before Christmas. That's what I'm going to say.
Cool Christmas present. Just thrown in there. A little bit of spice.
A little Christmas
Christmas
presents coming
spice. Christmas herbs and that, like cinnamon.
along. Ooh,
That's like
is
Christmas.
that a
isn't it?
herb? Is that a herb?
But that's not really a herb, is it? It's a season.
cinnamon a herb?
What is cinnamon? Is it? It's not because it's not like a
It's definitely not a herb.
herb and spice. Herb. Wait,
What is cinnamon? Cinnamon
It's
is
a spice.
isn't it?
It's a spice, not a herb. Yeah. That makes
That makes sense.
Makes a lot more sense under the circumstances.
It's a herb. No, it's not.
We are, yeah. Sorry, that was waffle from me. It's cinnamon waffle. That's what. Ow!
Cinnamon waffle.
Bars. Unbelievable
Oh, mate.
scenes. But yeah, listen. If you want to get a chance to be at that party, if you want to be at that meal, you know what you got to do. You got to get young Charlie here to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, come on, make it happen.
Thank you.
If you're the
Thank you very
1,000,
much.
then you'll get an invite via fax machine. So if you don't have a
Just like
fax
that.
machine, then you can't enter. So
The rules about
that's the rule. I don't make the rules. It's Charlie's channel. Charlie makes the rules, and he told me that was the rule. So if
Look.
you need to invest in a fax machine first, and then if you're the 1,000th subscriber, you'll get a little fax.
You
in
get a
the
little
fax.
fax.
And that's
Alternatively, if we are, say, over 1,000, you know, keep it going.
Keep it going. Keep it coming. I'll tell you what. If we're over 1,000 by this point, the 1,500th subscriber comes.
Oh my
and if it's
God.
not 1,500, the 2,000th subscriber comes to the meal. In fact,
That'd
if
be
it's the
mind-blowing.
2,000th, the 1,000th subscriber, 1,500th subscriber, and 2,000th
And the
subscriber.
2,000.
Let's make this a full-on rave. We can pack out a warehouse
Mate.
at this point.
Literally,
Make
with
it
the
happen,
capacity I was
ladies and
talking about earlier, that's 15 people.
That's 15 people. Bun
That's
Boris
Rock
Johnson.
City.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. If we just stay 2 meters apart, it'll be fine. Make it happen,
Sound.
ladies and gentlemen.
Wear a face mask. Look, all I'm going to say is thank you already for the people that have subscribed. And thank you, Niran, man, for your lovely, kind words. I honestly, it's just a pleasure to be able to call you, you know, one of my best mates. So.
Oh, nah, come on, man. It's my pleasure. The pleasure is literally all mine. It's great. It's great to come on here and obviously just chat to you and catch up and stuff. We need to do it again sometime for sure.
We do, definitely. You know, just even a chat. Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows?
I'll try and not take 3 weeks to respond on Instagram. And
Dude.
you do the same, and
I'll do the
we
same.
out here.
Before you know it, 3 weeks is pretty much Christmas anyway. So
Yeah,
it's all
true.
good.
But it.
But yeah, no. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Please comment below as well, just what you want to see next. What do you want the Christmas present to be? Let us know so we can plan for you. That's all we're gonna say.
We've got time.
That's all we're gonna say. We got all the time in the world. So yeah, thank you, Niran, for coming on, man. It's been awesome. Thank you for everyone who's checked it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Adios.